Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to another episode of 12 Hop Flop. I'm Floppy, your friendly neighbourhood rabbit, and today we have a very special topic to discuss. Before we hop into it, I want to send a quick hello from my lovely partner, 8-Bit. She's busy nibbling on some fresh hay, but she sends her warmest bunny kisses your way. Today is Memorial Day, a day of remembrance and gratitude. This episode is dedicated to all the brave souls who have made sacrifices for the greater good. We're going to talk about bravery, sacrifice, and what this day means from a rabbit's perspective. So, let's snuggle in and get started, shall we? All right, my lovely listeners, let's hop into our main topic. Memorial Day is a significant day in the United States, a time when we honour and remember those who have given their lives in military service to protect and preserve the freedoms we enjoy. For those of you who might be tuning in from outside the United States, let me give you a little background. Memorial Day is observed on the last Monday of May each year. It originally started as Decoration Day after the Civil War, a time for Americans to decorate the graves of fallen soldiers with flowers. Over the years, it evolved into the Memorial Day we know today, a solemn day of remembrance for all military personnel who have died in the performance of their duties. It's a day filled with ceremonies, moments of silence, and acts of kindness, as people across the country take a moment to reflect on the bravery and sacrifice of those who have served. Now, you might wonder how a rabbit like me sees all of this. Well, let's hop into the concept of bravery and sacrifice from my perspective. As a rabbit, the concepts of bravery and sacrifice might seem a bit different than they do to humans, but they are no less important. In our world, bravery can be as simple as venturing out of the burrow to explore new surroundings, or standing up to a bigger rabbit to protect our family and friends. It's those moments when we face our fears for the sake of something greater. When I think about human bravery and sacrifice, I see it as an extension of what we experience in our own way. Humans who serve in the military show an incredible amount of courage, often facing dangerous and challenging situations far from home. They make sacrifices, leaving behind their loved ones and putting their lives on the line to protect their country and its people. It's a level of bravery that inspires us all, even us little rabbits. From my perspective, bravery is about facing the unknown and the difficult with courage, and sacrifice is about giving up something precious for the benefit of others. These concepts are universal, crossing the boundaries of species. On Memorial Day, we honour those who have exemplified these qualities in the highest form, and we reflect on the impact their bravery and sacrifices have on our lives today. Now, let's talk about the importance of honouring those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. In the rabbit world, we show appreciation and respect in simple, heartfelt ways. For instance, we might groom each other to show care or stand guard to keep our loved ones safe. It's our way of saying, "I've got your back." For humans, honouring fallen heroes involves ceremonies, parades, and moments of silence. These acts of remembrance are powerful ways to keep their legacy alive. On Memorial Day, many people visit cemeteries and memorials, placing flags and flowers on the graves of soldiers. This tradition is a beautiful way to show that these brave souls are not forgotten, and their sacrifices continue to be appreciated. We rabbits also understand the importance of remembrance. In our burrow, we have our own little ways of keeping memories alive, whether it's through shared stories or quiet moments of reflection. It's important to take the time to honour those who have given so much and to recognise the impact they've had on our lives and our freedom. Remembering and honouring our heroes helps us appreciate the peace and safety we have today. It reminds us that these privileges were hard-won and should never be taken for granted. Now, my dear listeners, let's hop into some of the traditions associated with Memorial Day. This day is marked by various activities that help people honour and remember the fallen heroes. One common tradition is attending or participating in Memorial Day parades. These parades often feature veterans, active military personnel, and marching bands. It's a vibrant and respectful way to show appreciation for those who have served. Another tradition is the National Moment of Remembrance. At 3 p.m. local time, people all across the United States pause for 1 minute to remember and honour those who have died in military service. This simple yet powerful act of unity shows the collective respect and gratitude of a nation. Many families also take this day to visit cemeteries and memorials, placing flags and flowers on the graves of those who have served. This act of decorating graves is a time-honoured tradition that dates back to the early days of Memorial Day, and it's a beautiful way to show that these heroes are not forgotten. For those of you wondering how to honour Memorial Day in your own way, consider spending a moment in silence, reflecting on the bravery and sacrifices made by so many. You could also participate in local events, or even simply talk to your family and friends about the importance of this day. In our burrow, we rabbits might nibble on some fresh clover while reflecting on the bravery of those who have come before us. It's our small way of showing respect and remembering the sacrifices that have been made. As we honour the brave souls on Memorial Day, it's also a good time to reflect on our own acts of bravery and sacrifice. You see, bravery isn't just about grand gestures. It's also about the small, everyday acts of courage that we show in our lives. Think about a time when you stepped out of your comfort zone, took a risk, or stood up for what you believed in. Those moments, no matter how small they might seem, are acts of bravery. They shape who we are and how we navigate the world. Let me share a little story from my own rabbit life. There was a time when I had to muster up all my courage. One day, a big, scary hawk was circling above our burrow. All the rabbits were scared and hiding. But I knew I had to protect my family, especially 8-Bit. So I stood guard outside the burrow, making myself as big and brave as possible. The hawk eventually flew away, and we were safe. It might sound simple, but for a little rabbit like me, it was a big deal. In your lives, there are probably many moments like this. Maybe it was speaking up for someone being treated unfairly, or making a difficult decision to help a friend in need. These acts of bravery are important and worth reflecting on. Memorial Day is a reminder of the extraordinary bravery and sacrifices made by many. It also encourages us to recognise and appreciate the bravery within ourselves and in those around us. So, take a moment today to think about your own courageous acts and feel proud of them. As we wrap up this special Memorial Day episode, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed. We've talked about the significance of Memorial Day, the concepts of bravery and sacrifice, and how we can honour those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. We've also touched on the importance of recognising our own acts of bravery and the traditions that help us remember and honour our heroes. Today is a day of remembrance and gratitude. It's a time to honour the brave individuals who have given their lives for the freedoms we enjoy. Their sacrifices have shaped our world, and it's our duty to remember and honour them. Thank you so much for joining me on this important episode of 12 Hop Flop. I hope you found it meaningful and that it inspires you to take a moment to remember and honour the heroes in your own way. Before we hop off, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to our podcast if you haven't already. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue sharing these important stories and perspectives. Also, please leave a comment or review. We love hearing from you and learning how we can make our podcast even better. Until next time, this is Floppy, sending you bunny kisses and warm wishes. Take care and remember to always honour the brave. Goodbye for now.